Yo, what's up, guys? TTarantox back here, bringing you another WWE Weekly Wednesday with Will, where I talk to you guys about the happenings in WWE, and you guys are more than welcome to join in the conversation in the comments below because I love to read what you guys have to say. This week is a pretty uneventful week, well, at least in my mind, it is, in my opinion. So this might be a similarly short video. But I don't know. Let's just get into it. Maybe I'll start rambling on and remember other things that I might want to talk about. But first off, I want to talk about Brie Bella and the Stephanie feud, and how Brie got her job back in exchange for a match against Stephanie at SummerSlam. A lot of people predicted this match of Brie versus Stephanie at SummerSlam and all that. And I was like literally like looking at it, looking back, and I was like, huh, interesting. I'm thinking that the whole Brie being fired thing segment or whatever, it must have just been like a sort of I guess not really cover up, but it was, I guess, Brie's time off. As you guys know, Nikki, she had time off when she was injured, so Brie was the one doing the work for the Bella Twins. And now Brie took her time off, and then now it was Nikki. So now Brie's back. She's got a match against Stephanie at SummerSlam. It was an interesting way they did it, I guess, with the whole little blackmail, blah, blah, blah. And Stephanie slapping her to the ground, and them fighting and having to be pulled away by Jamie Noble, Fit Finlay, and Joey Mercury. But newsflash, I honestly am making my predictions right now. My money is on Stephanie to beat Brie, and I don't think she's going to use an underhanded tactic. I really don't. I think Stephanie's got this because I don't know. I just think that Stephanie's going to win this match. Something tells me she's going to win this match. Next up, even though that's like really short, like I said, it's really short today. R-Truth beat Bo Dallas, so he actually got that streak. He beat Bo's streak, which is pretty cool because they gave something to R-Truth that he could hold on to, which is pretty cool. I don't know how freaking long Bo's streak was, but he got rolled up by Truth, and then he got jumped by Bo. Yeah, but he rolled up Bo. Truth got jumped by Bo after the fact and all that jazz, which I thought and was hoping that they were going to do a segment in where he was being jumped, and then you would get Biggie, Xavier, and Kofi to come out and just like save Truth, and then he would join up with them. But I don't know, maybe they're gonna like keep going with this Truth and Bo Dallas feud, which honestly, if they do, I couldn't think of a more boring feud to watch because Bo Dallas isn't really interesting to watch. R-Truth is no longer interesting to watch, since he hasn't really been relevant since he had the tag titles with Kofi, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Or was he with the Miz last? I think he was. I don't remember, but either when he was with the Miz or when he was the tag champ with Kofi, that's all that really mattered. Everything else does not, like, he's just really been irrelevant. Next up, we have the whole Orton versus Reigns thing where Orton is like, Reigns cost me my title shot, blah, blah, blah. And then Reigns is like, oh, you going to jump me, so now we going to fight and we going to have a freaking rivalry, which is just going to lead up to their match at SummerSlam, which was predicted by a lot of people with Reigns versus Orton. And am I excited about it? Yes, I don't know. They already had like the little rivalry thing with when they were Evolution and Shield. It was always Orton and Reigns like going at it. But we'll see what happens with this feud. It might be. It's not really like one of the best ones they have going, but it's definitely. Well, this is all my opinion, by the way. It's not the best one they have going, and it's not the worst one they have going. But it's interesting to see them, remove them away from the title picture to feud with each other, so that they can most likely insert one of them back into the title picture, which will most likely be Roman Reigns, or maybe both of them. I don't know. Next up, we have Naomi and Natalya. They had a little tag team action against Cameron and Alicia Fox, which is pretty cool. I guess they called themselves the Pink and Black Attack because they wore pink and black, representing the Hart family colors, I guess. And it was interesting because Naomi pulled out some kind of a submission hold out of her magical bag of tricks, which nobody saw coming. It was like, what is this? This is a random body scissors. Oh wait, now it's a submission. Oh, okay. And then Cameron tapped out. So it was interesting to see. Maybe we'll see more tag team stuff, as they've been sort of alluding to that um, type of thing where you constantly see like divas tagging together. But we'll see what happens with that. I'm thinking that if they do, I hope, which I know it's not going to happen anytime soon, I hope they like institute some type of Divas Tag Team Championship so the Bellas can be like, well, yo, check us out. I don't know. We'll see what happens with it. I like how that's like sort of my thing, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. But it's just, I think it was interesting to see them tag together, even though it's like Natalya sort of being swept under the carpet. She's just there to help with the feud, her and Alicia Fox, because Naomi got her ass kicked the majority of the match and then won. So there's that. Next up, even though I should have did a transition before, but I didn't. We have I want to talk about the whole Xavier Woods and Big E and Kofi thing. Apparently, they're like, oh yeah, if you don't need to know, or if you don't need, wow, if we don't want you to know, you don't need to know what it is yet. Like alluding to their faction that they've created. So apparently, they're really secretive in what they are going to be accomplishing or doing, which is going to be interesting to see. And I really hope it's going to be another nation, because if it's not, then it's just going to be wasted effort, at least in my eyes. And by another nation, I don't mean be like a blatant ripoff of the nation. Just give me a faction that's pretty much, just give me another faction. Because as it stands right now, we don't have any. And it's really, really weird when you don't really have a faction. If you notice, there's always at least one faction. But with the Shield broken up, with Evolution done, with 3MB, 2 members have been released. It's just like, oh great, there aren't any factions. There's some tag teams. There's a handful of tag teams, but there are no factions. So that would be great for them to actually build up a faction, so that we can have a freaking faction. And I hope that it's actually a good one and it works well, because if it doesn't work well, then well, shit. That's all I gotta say. But speaking of release, unfortunately, as of today, July 30th, WWE has released Ricardo Rodriguez. If you guys don't know, he was Alberto Del Rio's ring announcer for quite some time. Then he jumped over and became a commentator on the Spanish announce table, and sometimes appearing on NXT as a commentator, or sometimes even on NXT as what was his name? Not Kalisto, but the other one. He tagged with Kalisto. Wow, is he? Was he Kalisto? Hold on, I need to Google this. He's not Kalisto. Because he was, I can't remember his name. I really can't remember his name. I'm Googling it. I'm Googling El Local. There you go. He was El Local for a bit at NXT, or I think maybe for like one match. He tagged with him for the tag titles against the Ascension. They lost, and now he is released from WWE. So that's kind of sucks to see, but they wish him the best in all his future endeavors, and he'll probably be on TNA within the next couple of weeks. I don't know. If he wants to keep it, I don't know. I don't know. But I think the last topic that I want to talk about, unless something else smacks me in the brain, Miz and Ziggler seems like they're having their little feud be built up, very like not smallly, well, having their like tag. I can't speak, guys. I'm tired. Having their feud be developed week by week, with the Miz and Ziggler having their little exchanges, and then random matches and blah blah blah. So it seems like they're really trying to push them into a Intercontinental title match in the future. But I really don't know what happened to the entire freaking Sheamus Miz feud that they had going on, because it went on for like maybe a week or two, and then it kind of disappeared after he got the title. So I don't think they're going to be going for the unification, at least not anytime soon, because again, like some people have pointed out, it wouldn't really make that much sense, because then you have 2 unified titles. Then that only gives you 4 titles that are really up for contention, was the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, the unified Intercontinental US title, the tag titles, and the Divas Championship. So it's like, you got to give something somewhere, something. I don't know. But I still would have preferred if they never unified the WWE and World Heavyweight Championships. I think it's kind of poopy because then you lose a lot of like ability to, push people out there, I guess. Because like it used to be the World Heavyweight Championship was kind of like, okay, this guy's up and coming or whatnot. Like it was cool, or it was like a prize for those who weren't really deemed as the face of the company. But I guess that kind of sucked at it as well, because then you had two prizes at the top where one was obviously more valuable than the other. So why not put them together and see, who can hold them both? But I don't know. Again, I digress. I'm talking about something totally different. But it seems like that feud is going to be going on pretty soon. Well, not pretty soon, but pretty much throughout the rest of the month until SummerSlam, which is probably going to come at a head with those two facing off for the championship. I think that is all that I have to talk about today. I'm pretty sure I missed a few topics that I should have spoke about, but again, in my opinion, my honest opinion, this was a very uneventful week for WWE, and it just wasn't as epic. I guess since if you compare it to the week before when it came off the heels of the pay-per-view, but it is what it is. Final thoughts or final thing I want to say is I discovered my favorite diva in NXT, and her name is Alexa Bliss, and I can't wait till she gets better in the ring. And that's all I have to say about that, because I'm wearing all my bling bling. All right, TTarantox signing out. Peace out, guys.